welcome to the Homesmine. We're on paper, online, on TV and on site at my latest project. Here's what we've got in this episode. I've added another property to my portfolio, although it does need a bit of TLC. Find out what I've got in store. Plus all the latest trends from the trade shows. Love them. We also get to experience a day in the life of a builder. First up then, Sian has all the trends from the trade shows.
The halls here at 100% Design in London are full to bursting with all the most innovative and best designers and designs that you could want to cheer yourself and your home up. Let's go inside. Now, I get the feeling at this year's 100% Design that lots of designers have been staring out of the window doing a bit of daydreaming. There's lots of big organic shapes, mostly white. Do you see what I mean? So, Adam, you're from the company Molo and you make these amazing sculptures almost. What are they? Talk me through them.
It's based on the honeycomb structure. So it's a collapsible structure that we started off with a tall 6-foot wall, moved up to a 10-foot wall, and then transformed that into seating and lighting, as you can see here.
And it's made of, what's it all made of?
It's a polyethylene material, and the white is a polyethylene, and we also make a craft, both black and brown.
Is the idea that people can change their environment, change their living room?
Exactly. You can transform any environment, and it's great for small spaces because it can collapse and kind of tuck away. Mm-hmm. And our wall systems, particularly, they can go from 2 meters to 5 meters long, and you can curve and shape them any way you want. So just create intimate spaces or expand them and create larger spaces.
So do you sell mainly to the sort of hotel and bars, or do people buy them for the houses?
The full range. Yeah. So exhibits, large events, art shows, and then also for interior loft spaces, that kind of thing. The seating especially is good for small places. Stack it away and tuck it on your bookshelf. Open it up when you have company and guests and that sort of thing. So.
I think it's fab. Thanks for showing it to us.
Thank you.
What's your speciality? Is it boxing or is it embroidery?
It's rather embroidery. I'm a textile artist and I'm looking for new ways to embroidery, to classic techniques, and to give them more stronger,
So putting this classic technique of the embroidery onto the leather and onto something as unexpected as a punch bag. So is it ladies who buy the bag, or is it men who are buying it?
Rather ladies, ladies,
yeah.
Yes, and it's for not to hide functional sport piece to sports room, but you can have it on your living room, and when you get angry to someone, you just don't hit her or his, and you go on and get your anger out.
So you get all your anger out,
yeah.
But it still looks beautiful hanging in your living room.
Yes.
What a great bag. Thanks.
Thank you.
It must have taken someone with a lot of patience to fold those origami-style chairs. Right then, come and see what I've just bought at auction. Well, there were about 5 or 6 properties that I looked at for the auction that this one was at. This lot 8 of the day, and the way people were bidding, it really looked like I was going to struggle to get something. So I put my hand up fairly early and got this little gem. I think it's pretty good. There's nothing really structural, but there are a lot of alterations to make as we go through the house. So the kitchen's already had a bit of work done to it, new units put in, but the layout just doesn't make sense to me. We're going to be open planning, putting the kitchen where the bathroom is at the moment, which is a bit of a state, and taking the bathroom upstairs. A lot of wasted space in this house at the moment, so in this corridor area I'm going to be putting a staircase up to my loft conversion, which has been made a lot easier by a change of planning laws where I don't actually have to apply for planning permission as long as my dormer window is on the back elevation within a few restrictions, so that's good news. I'm also going to be leaving this room at the side pretty much as it is, not really a lot of work there, and then here I'm going to be putting a new doorway in to the new bathroom. The new bathroom wall going across here. It's quite a big bedroom, so it shouldn't be too detrimental to the size of the room, stealing that bit of bathroom. Again, it's just quite cosmetic in this room. We're going to be ripping out the old boiler system and doing a new central heating system, full rewire, and then new double glazing as well. So hopefully quite a quick turnaround on this one. It's always worth remembering when you buy at auction, everything does happen quite quickly. I only managed to get my mortgage offer through the day before I completed, so it's quite a good idea to have something in principle before the hammer goes down on the day. So, to keep to that strict deadline, I'm going to need some help from some builders. Does anybody know any?
This job here is part of the development here where we develop these bungalows here for Peter Broadley, local developer, and it was just tidying up now from the sewer crossing that we've done here. We've just connected to the main sewer last week, and we're just basically getting it all tied up and finished off. I have this one, and I've just bought two brand new ones. I bought a 5.2 ton one and a 2.8, and that we're on. One's on hire one's on a job in Tockhalls near Darwin. And the other one is on permanent hire at development we're doing at Clegg Hall for Uber. Yeah, it's definitely stressful. Organising people, sending people there, getting things, machines breaking down, then they're not, you know what I mean? Good days and your bad days. Some days it goes all plain sailing, other days it's headache after headache after headache.
Done it now, ain't you? Always on and done it.
Pull it, man! Oh, bully! I don't know what I'm paying for. I don't know what I'm paying for. Well, we did a lot easier with machines. I mean, we did a job we're doing at Rochdale yesterday. We were moving concrete beams about for the bottom beam floor. The beams were probably like 250mm wide and 250mm deep, solid concrete beams. And I can feel it this morning there on my arms and the back of my neck. I'm a bit stiff this morning, so it is just taking out to you sometimes. I like a decent breakfast in the morning. We've been going a cafe at bookshop, and then usually chippy for dinner or whatever we fetch. I mean, this lad here who works for me here, he can eat like an horse. He needs about 4 to 5 meals a day. So, can soon burn it off. It's nearly end of the job now. There's not a lot left to do. Bits of painting and decorating inside, and then hopefully he's going to sell them all. I usually go like to a cafe as such. I'll just nip in, and usually like a snack man, I usually just nip in, get something to keep going. There you go, you can't go wrong. Late lunch.
More from our day in the life of Strand later, but up next, Sian's learning more about eco-design using a certain stinging nettle.
Now, as we all know, sustainable design has become a real force to be reckoned with in recent years, but it's got to remain innovative, stylish and elegant. Here's something I haven't seen before. Ian, talk me through how nettles make material.
Well, it really is quite innovative and definitely environmental. We start with the nettle plants. We've actually grown a crop of 30,000 nettles on a farm in Leicestershire. We've literally just harvested them about 3 weeks ago. Right. So we start with the nettle plant. That's cropped. It's left to dry out on the land for about 2 or 3 weeks. And we then extract the fibre from the stem of the plant.
And is this what we can see here?
This is the fibre.
Right.
It doesn't come from the leaves. The leaves rot down on the ground.
How does it feel?
It's really soft
quite soft.
Flexible and pliable, and that gives strength and flexibility to the fabric, and it's a really wonderful textile fibre to work with. We blend it with pure new wool, so it's blended together and then it's spun into a yarn, and then we actually weave it into an upholstery fabric that's used in contract interiors.
So what percentage is the nettle to the...
The nettle is 25%, pure new wool 75%. And one really unusual property of nettles is that they're actually fire retardant. And
just naturally?
Just naturally. We don't need to add any chemical post-treatment. So they provide not just an environmental fabric solution, but a very safe and fire retardant contract textile solution.
Now, is this something that the market's been quite surprised by? Is this a completely new product that no one's ever seen before?
Nobody's done it for a long, long time.
Right.
In times gone by, people did use nettle fibre. In the 19th century, I think they were using it in Scotland and Scandinavia. And then the Germans, after the during the First and Second World War, were using it when the supply of cotton was cut off from the Allies. But then
so they had to find something new.
They did, but since then nobody's been using it. So we've actually started a 4-year project with De Montfort University. It got funding from the UK government department
because of the
sustainable focus and the environmental side. So it's been a full 4-year research project that's just come to fruition. And it's being launched this week at 100% design.
So it's truly innovative and gorgeous fabrics as well, stylish.
We like to think so. Sustainable, stylish, just a gorgeous fabric inspired by nature, grown locally, local materials, manufactured here in the UK.
So you can sit on nettles?
You won't get stung.
Well, I've heard nettle tea, but that really is something. Stylish and sustainable, though, I have to say. Now it's back to the builders to see what they've been up to.
shot the lad off there. He's at an insurance job where there's been a fire, and we're basically just tidying all the sites up and removing all the waste and disposing of it. We're now off to Jewson's at Accrington to pick some plaster up for a lad who's a plastering lad who does some work for me, who's just patching some walls up on a rented house for a company I do it for. And then we're off to Tockles to have a look at the job and see how them boys are going on. It could be anything. I can end up at digger, I can end up, do you know what I mean? I can end up anywhere doing anything. I can end up driving a dumper, or we could be building a wall, it could be anything. It's good. You take the rough with the smooth, you know what I mean? When it's cracking, when weather's good, it's good. But when it's raining and it's snowing and you're batting against weather, you know what I mean, you're rotten, you wish you were inside, then you start to think, well, is it worth it? In this country you don't get that good of weather all the time, do you? Yeah, a lot of them are my friends that work for me, and I work for a lot of people that I know, you know what I mean? That's how I get it, like word of mouth mainly. I don't really advertise and that, and a lot of my friends that I've been working for and that, so yes, I enjoy it. Anybody can work in a factory and pack boxes all day long, so you can, you know what I mean, from one, like I say, one day can run smoothly, then you know what I mean, next day I could be fixing diggers all day, or one thing or another. Yeah, I've always worked outside. I could never work in a factory. Never. I don't like being cooked up. So yeah, I've always been outside. Oh yeah, my dad's always done it, and I've always been into it and getting mucky. That's like, I think the kids who go down the same road, they like getting mucky and in and out. So yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah. That gone now? There's an hydraulic pipe that makes the tracks go in and out, broke at bottom. You can still use it. I've had a wedge in it and it's knocked the wedge off, and all the hydraulic oil's come out. So I'll refill it with the hydraulic oil, see if we can make another wedge, but I've just made a wedge. I don't know how it's gone. Yeah, it's been quite hectic today. It has. I'm quite busy at the moment, so it has been really. It's been a normal day where I've been to and from jobs and sorting things out and one thing and another. So yeah, I'd say it has been a pretty normal day for me. Yeah, it is getting tougher now. There's lots of people panicking and it is getting a lot tougher. But like I say, touch wood, I've doing alright myself. Still busy and plenty of working. So yeah, a lot of people are sweating. It goes full circle, doesn't it? It's like 10 years ago, it's hitting that point again. But people have got money, will still buy. Turn around when they turn around, don't they? These folks say 2 year, 10 year. It happens when it happens, doesn't it?
OK, so we've just enough time to look at another trend from Sian. This time she's looking at fancy paper.
As you can see from looking around me, wallpaper is very interesting this year. So Sam, you're the designer of the wallpaper we can see.
Right.
Talk me through the process and how you came up with the idea and why.
I draw all the time. It's part of the way I design my work. This is based upon seaweed and dahlias, so I draw natural things that are around me. The seaweed's picked up from local beaches where I live in North Devon. I'm very interested in putting things together in perhaps a more surreal and interesting way and combining different elements to make my design work. I see it very exciting, the developments in digital printing, which enables designers like me to print very wide wallpapers.
Because it's much wider, isn't it? There's no split in the paper. This is a much wider than
Absolutely.
normal.
It's a feature wall piece. You know, you would have it as a statement wallpaper within your house.
So do you see that instead of the repeat patterns, which are everywhere, aren't they? Every sort of shop that you go on the high street or whatever, it's big repeat patterns. And this is a definite move away from that.
Absolutely.
Is that deliberate?
There's certainly a move towards more illustrative, drawn prints within furnishings and within design, and you do see it coming in at the show today. You know, so it's how I get my inspiration. So it's natural for me to bring it into my work, but I do geometric as well.
Right. Now it's interesting, you were saying before about the fact that technology is sort of assisting the design process, and how's it doing that?
Yes, digital printing means that you can have super wide prints onto paper. They can be completely bespoke, colourways can be changed to suit the individual environment. So really, rather than having metres of wallpaper and storage and potential waste, you can very much print to the client's need, the customer's need, and it can absolutely fit the environment that you're designing it for.
And it's got some good feedback, is it?
Fantastic feedback, yes, absolutely fantastic.
Thanks for chatting with us.
Okay, thank you very much.
Well, that's it for this time. Remember, you can watch again at channelm.co.uk, and I'll see you soon. I'm off to do some work.